Hey Virgo, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your weekly reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will, therefore you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching or you yourself, Virgo, feel that the rules are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies and leave what doesn't. It is a general reading, not a private reading. We got the Nine of Swords showing up. So be aware that this may resonate or may not resonate. Thank you for anyone who's contributed. I'm greatly appreciative of that and very thankful. So let's begin with your reading. All right. With the Nine of Swords showing up, there could be here that you're in a state of self-doubt, of anxiety, of overthinking a situation, maybe even feeling guilt. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you might be dealing with an Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo, Queen of Wands showing up here. You could be feeling anxious about a fire sign or they about you. There could be just an overall sense of where is this relationship going with the Nine of Swords here, really overthinking the situation. And not even overthinking, it's just like you're constantly thinking, okay? We have the Page of Swords. You could be watching this person, be curious about them, wanting to even communicate with them. We have the Eight of Swords. Someone here is feeling blocked, feeling confused, feeling like they can't get out of a situation, feeling trapped ultimately, okay? And they feel like the other person is kind of giving them the other sword to overthink the situation, to feel even more stuck, to feeling depressed. We have the Seven of Wands. This energy of blocking, of fighting for what you want as well. Somebody here has the upper hand in this situation. That's possibly why somebody here feels trapped. We have the Six of Wands. So gaining victory. So if this is almost like a battle of who's going to win, who's going to lose. And because somebody here has the upper hand, that person is feeling victorious. That person is feeling successful. Others of you, there's a situation here that you're blocking off or they are blocking you off. You're really kind of like in your head about it, but there's still successful movement forward. We have the Fool because there's a new beginning here. Moving forward from this, really picking up what's left of you and moving forward. The Fool card is that there's a new beginning here. Now, right, Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Now, it could be here that that somebody here decides to drop their guard, decides to drop their wands and bring victory into the relationship, and therefore with the Fool card start all over again. But we'll take a look. We have for the Page of Swords, what is the clarifiers for the Page of Swords? We have the Six of Swords. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy, and the Ace of Pentacles. Someone here could be moving away from a situation and wanting a new beginning, wanting something that they could actually build all over again, something that they can actually have a sturdy foundation with. It could be that there's a love offer. It doesn't have to be a love offer. With the Ace of Pentacles, you know, the Ace of Pentacles for me is my forgiveness card. This let's rebuild this again. Here's something, here's a sturdier foundation, right? Because listen, at the bottom of the deck, it could be a Capricorn with the Devil card. It could just be a toxic situation here that is coming to an end with the Death card, and both of you are deciding to move forward, okay, towards calmer waters. Somebody here could be communicating that. Because look, when you get into an argument with an individual or when things begin to blow up and it's like you guys pass through the storm together, you end up becoming stronger. So when the reconciliation part comes, when somebody here is willing to drop down their swords, willing to drop down the fight, and say, hey, you know, I'm sorry, or let's work at this together, and the other person also then waves their white flag, you come out of it stronger because you went through the hurdles together. Now, if you get into an argument and there is no reconciliation, somebody just brushes it under the rug, one person is going to build up resentment while the other person is just afraid to face the obstacles within a relationship. This person is living in la la land. This person is in fantasy land because relationships are not cupcakes and rainbows, like I say all the time. They do have obstacles, okay? Sometimes you make the cupcakes and guess what? The cupcakes burn. And so what do? You throw them out and you rebuild it again. So you make a new batch. You make something, you learn how to bake it. Oh, I didn't put the right time, or I didn't put the right temperature, or, you know, oh, actually it's a good thing that it burned because I forgot to add the sugar, you know? Imagine cupcakes without any sugar. So anyway, so what I'm saying is that you become stronger. So obstacles in a relationship is hugely important. And people should actually be grateful for that. It's not just, oh, I'm only happy when things go the right way. Well, then what are you doing living life? That is not about living life. You're living under a rock. Because every time there's a hurdle that you need to jump over, every time there's an obstacle, every time somebody yells at you, or every time somebody criticizes you, you go and you run away because you don't want to deal with it. You're not being a grown adult. I'm sorry to say that, you know, to whoever. And you know what? People who understand the truth, they're going to be like, yeah, that's right. That is true. You know, because if you don't learn how to face, a child does that, okay? They have a problem, they have an obstacle they need to face. Guess who they run to? They run to mom and dad or their guardian or whoever. They run to somebody who they trust can help them overcome the obstacle. And sometimes because they're children, they just want somebody to take away the obstacle, okay? But in adult life, you use your brain, okay? That's why you went to school. That's why you have a brain. Even if you didn't go to school, you have a brain and you figure out through your life experiences how to overcome an obstacle. So either, if there's a situation here that has ended, be grateful for that situation ending and be grateful for all the turmoil that you've been through in that relationship, because that is only preparing you for a much better relationship for you to have. Because it is preparing you how to deal with that obstacle if it shows up again. Let's continue on. What is the Eight of Swords? And we have the Strength card, hello, because it makes you stronger. The Temperance, because it helps you heal. It helps you to gain patience. It helps you to understand that everything in moderation, that if somebody here was being overindulgent because they expected this, fulfill me, you know, there's this, this saying, I don't even know if it's a saying, but somebody had once told me, you know, a lot of people, like, they don't know, but I do have a very, very strong background in spiritual counseling. And it's not that I've gone to a particular school. It's just, it's been very many years of, okay, I don't want to get into it. Anyway, very many years. This is why I know what I'm talking about, and especially through my own life experiences. So what I was saying with this is that when we look down, right? We have an obstacle, we feel sad or whatever, we look down. But looking down is not allowing us to look forward. And the looking down, it's not, oh, because I'm sad, I'm looking down. Ultimately, what you're looking at is your belly button, which is the center of your body. And looking at self, when you feel sad and you're looking at self, you're not going to only find the answers. This is why there is a strong need for people to have a spiritual connection to the divine. And yes, you can consider it your higher self, okay? But looking at just self, it's because you're looking at your body, you're looking at the physical realm, you're looking at how the 3D can answer your questions. And when we look at the 3D, we see, well, when a person feels sad in the 3D world, what do they normally do? Let's say they don't have a spiritual connection. They don't want to better their lives. They're just in low vibes. What do? They fall into some kind of addiction. They fall into some kind of devil energy, which could sometimes be, oh, I feel sad, so therefore I'm going to stuff the sadness with too much food, too much alcohol, too much drugs, too much shopping, too much sex, too much pornography, too much technology, too much isolation, whatever it is. So, whatever it is that you're stuck in, or the person that you're dealing with, This situation is making you stronger. It's developing you to something better that is coming. Because, how do I explain? Okay, let's say you're in 2nd grade. You cannot get a diploma, a high school diploma, because you haven't learned. You don't have all of the knowledge yet. And you only get the knowledge through your learning, through the work that you put in, through the efforts, because you don't go to the next grade because you didn't do your homework, because you didn't complete the test, or you didn't pass the test. No, you stay back in the grade. And it's the same thing in life. In life, things are given to us, and it's not because the divine hates us, or oh, it's my bad karma. No, it's not that. It's just it is what it is. Life cannot be stagnant. It cannot be stagnant, because then guess what happens to stagnant water? It starts to stink, and then it's not healthy for you to drink. So life is continuously moving, and things happen. Okay, things happen because it's only to make us stronger. It's only to make us a better person. It's only to prepare us to receive better things. Guess what? When you were in the relationship with Joe, or in the relationship with Shirley, and you thought it was the best thing in the world, and then they screwed you over, and then you were like, oh my gosh, now I'm devastated. I'm never going to find love. How could they do this to me? Whatever. And then you met Mary, or you met George, or whatever. And now you're just like, I can't believe I was crying over Shirley and Joe, and when I found something better. Always something better is coming. Always. So when there's an obstacle, it's almost like a test of, do you want that better thing? Because you deserve it. So the question is not whether you deserve it. The question is, do you believe that you deserve it? Do you believe that you can overcome it? The universe knows that you can. The universe knows your strength and your power. The problem is that everything that was imposed in you, society believes, what your parents wanted you to be, what your guardians thought that you should do. And you just went there, and you went. And maybe because, oh, if I do this, I'm going to be praised, and they're going to love me, and because I'm going to seem like a good person because I'm doing what they're asking of me. Or you go ahead and you do it because, well, you don't want to search for answers, so you just want to go with the crowd. You want to go with what they tell you because you're too lazy. I don't want to say too lazy. That sounds terrible. But you're just too comfortable, okay, in not putting in action and letting other people make decisions for you. So now is the time. There's a new opportunity here for you, Virgo. Are you going to move past the past? Or are you going to stay stuck in it? Because the past is dead. Strength, patience, forward movement. Your guides are guiding you. They're telling you how to get out of this. This or you, the other person that you're dealing with. Regardless, there is a new beginning here, whether it's with this person or with someone new. If you're currently still with this person, I've said this already in your other videos, there are doors that are being opened to leave the past in the past, the pain in the past and whatnot. Those were all things to get you guys to be stronger. But somebody here or both people here were not becoming stronger. That's why you're in the same cycle. You could be together with this person for 10 years already, and the same crap has been happening. And only now you were ready. Only now they were ready. There was a light bulb moment. And each of us, we all work through our own different timelines. You know, it's not like, oh, because I'm 10 years old, that means I'm in 5th grade. So that's what it is, or whatever, if that's even how it is. No, it's like, it's a different schooling. Each person, regardless of your age, you go to the grade that you need to be in through the knowledge that you already have, through the experiences that you already have. You could be 32 and be in grade 10, and you can be 50 and still be in 2nd grade. It's all about how we're picking up on the lessons, okay? So this is still beautiful. It's still a beautiful reading. Let's take a look at the 7 of Wands. What is the 7 of Wands? The 4 of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. So really thinking about doing the work, really standing your ground, okay? And taking the time, if you need some time, taking the time to put the work within yourself. Focus on what it is that is going to bring you stability, whether it's your emotional stability, whether it's you focusing on work so that you can bring in money to have a stable environment, okay? Because you could be a spiritual person and be like, oh no, I don't need to work because I'm spiritual and God is going to provide work for me. Yes, that is true. The universe will provide work for you. But you in the 3D realm has to do the work. The divine is not going to show up in the 3D realm and say, hey, here's a job for you, you couch potato. No, it doesn't work that way. We need to put in the work. And we need to put in the work in ourselves as well to have an equal give and take. Both parties here need to be putting in work. Now, for some of you, you're balancing things out within yourself. Especially after something here has ended. You want a new beginning, okay? You're searching for this new beginning. How do I get to this new beginning? What is the Six of Wands? We have the Knight of Swords, the Justice, and the Five of Swords. So what we're bringing in justice here. We're balancing things out. Six of Pentacles is the same thing. Balance, a generosity. Something here is being balanced out. And it could be this energy of always having to win or lose in this relationship. A selfish energy. This is also an energy of having to forgive, having to wave the white flag to bring in justice. But it could be that somebody here makes a hasty decision with the Knight of Swords. There's a lot of swords here. Okay, a lot of swords. It could be here that somebody thinks that they're being successful by being very cutthroat. I have to win to bring in justice. But the Six of Wands is also a temporary success. Because after the Six of Wands comes the Seven of Wands, which is having to get back up on that battle. But this time around, you have the upper hand. This time around, because you've gained the experience. This time around, because etc., etc. You're on top of the hill. You have an early start. For some of you, you're cutting out this energy of somebody here he keeps taking and taking and taking. Seven of Wands, again, at the bottom of the deck. Standing your ground, communicating here. If you want a new beginning with me, things are going to have to go this way. Or if we, and it's not even, because that kind of sounds a little selfish. The person might get on the defense if you say it like that. This is also about, if we work together, this is what we're going to have to do to compromise. Because the Six of Pentacles is about compromise as well. What is the Fool? Five of Wands. Seven of Swords. And the Sun. Yeah, the Fool card, right? He doesn't take his baggage. He takes, well, in this card, he's taking nothing with him. The bird is taking nothing. But normally, the Fool, he's taking a leap of faith and he's taking a risk on something that he knows might be risky, but he's going to do it anyway. So it could be that you're leaving these things behind because you both want happiness, or you alone want happiness, and you're taking this risk of leaving this behind. But at the same time, the Fool could also be a brand new cycle beginning with this person and shining the light of truth, the light of clarity, the clean slate on this that was happening in the past. Somebody here could also be sneaking away from the chaos to find their happiness. So it could be you, Virgo, that you're making a plan to get away from a chaotic relationship without letting this person know because you're following your happiness. Leo is here. You guys could have Leo in your chart or be dealing with one. We also have Aries and Aquarius with the Fool. Libra with the Justice card. Strength is Leo. Temperance is Sagittarius. Scorpio with the Death card. And we have the Chariot, forward movement. Getting things back in control. Being in control. You in the driver's seat. You being aware of where you're going. Ten of Wands. You being aware of your responsibilities. You being aware of the weight that needs to be lifted or dropped. Two of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Grounding yourself. Okay? Making a decision to bring balance back into the situation or bring balance back into your own life. Because, you know, what I'm getting here with the Ten of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands is responsibilities, and the Two of Pentacles is really juggling those responsibilities. In the midst of the chaos, how am I going to balance this out? When the storm is coming, how do I remain balanced? When they keep throwing things at me, how do I not lose control with the Chariot? By being grounded. By understanding what needs nurturing. By being self-sufficient, by being resourceful, by being strong and determined. Self-discipline. Self-discipline is also temperance. We have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I just want to get another card for you. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. And honeymoon. So for some of you, at the bottom of the deck, we have career and finances at the bottom of the deck. There could have been a lot of money issues involved, whether it's somebody here spending too much money, somebody here just always making money while the other person spends, or the finances weren't really balanced and needing to balance that out, okay? Regardless, the worth waiting for is almost like both of yous are both equally worth waiting for. Waiting for the other person to grow, waiting for the other person, and waiting as well as you, waiting to pick up on the lessons. And kind of like when the other person isn't picking it up, it's the other person being the strong one, and when they're weak, you're being the strong one, where you complement each other. You get what I'm saying? And the religious factors, it could just be you're two different people, but you're able to work at it together because you're able to compromise. And the calling in your soulmate, I almost get like when I saw this, your prayers and affirmations, it's almost like for those of you who are religious, or who, even if you're not religious, but you still pray, or even if you like meditate, I guess, whatever, if you do some kind of prayer, or if you meditate and you think about someone else, you send them love, right? So if it's somebody that you can't stand, you think about that person. Okay. Now you think about, what does love feel like? Feel that happy feeling, that like when you're so excited, that brand new love. Feel that. Send it to that person. As much as you don't think they deserve it, as much as you don't want to, send it to them because they need it, okay? They need it. Feel that energy and send it to yourself. Send it to yourself because you need it too. Or send it to yourself first and then send it to them. So that's like praying when you pray for each other. And honeymoon. Honeymoon is, you know, that honeymoon phase, that spark, that passion, that love that you felt for each other in the beginning. This could also be, if it's a brand new love, okay, that this person was worth waiting for because you needed to learn lessons in your previous relationship. You needed to grow. You needed to spiritually grow to call in this person, to accept this person. That's the diploma that you are receiving. You weren't ready to receive them yet. Okay? It's a fantastic reading. Virgo, if you resonated with the reading, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.